I'm Rachel Schneider, Senior Vice President at the Center for Financial Services Innovation, and also a co-principal investigator on the U.S. Financial Diaries Project. When I think about income volatility, I think about some of the families that we've had the good fortune to get to know through the U.S. Financial Diaries Project. Sam and Sarah Johnson, in particular, living outside of Cincinnati, are a middle-income family. They earn, in total, over the course of the year, almost $65,000. They have 401k, they own a home, they have 2 cars. From the outside, this looks like how we expect Americans' financial lives to look. But when we got to see the month-over-month ups and downs of their money, what you see is a huge amount of fragility, actually, and volatility. And it comes from the fact that they're juggling so many different sources of income. So for them, even though they have an annual income of $65,000 a year, on a monthly basis, their income swung from somewhere around $5,000 to somewhere around $10,000. And that's because in addition to their full-time jobs, they have part-time jobs, and Sarah's gone back to school, and a significant part of their income is derived from tuition grants, which come twice a year. So when then you add on the tax refund, they have a lot of spikes. And those spikes mean that they are constantly juggling which bills to pay when. When we asked Sarah what her primary financial goal is, she didn't say graduate from college and get a better job, even though that's what she's working towards. And she didn't talk about a secure retirement, even though when we ask her about retirement, she knows that's something that she wants to work towards. What she says is, I want to be able to pay all of my bills on time and in full every month. Sarah Johnson actively manages her finances, and she manages the volatility that she experiences in a few different ways. One thing she does is she juggles which bills to pay. And we see this in the diary sample quite a bit. Some people pick one bill to regularly not pay when they don't have the cash, essentially using the late payment as a form of credit. Other people are like Sarah, where she's constantly juggling one thing to pay. So she's always behind on one thing, but catching up on something else. The other thing she does is she uses credit cards. And she's amassed several $1,000s worth of credit card debt, mostly from big expenses, like medical expenses, that were just outside of her ability to repay over time. And what we saw, even over the diaries year, is that that debt burden increasingly became a financial problem in its own right, compounding the problems that she'd had as a result of volatility. The fact is that people's financial lives are integrated wholes, and they never are able to solve one thing versus another in a whack-a-mole style. So, and that's particularly true when we think about volatility, because it has so many impacts on other parts of people's financial lives. So people who have volatility routinely withdraw from their retirement savings in order to pay for near-term expenses. And so, as an example. And so to think about retirement security without thinking about these near-term ups and downs just makes it impossible for us to succeed in our retirement security objective. So I think it's fundamentally the wrong question to be thinking about the relative priority. Instead, we have to think about how do we maximize our overall policy impact. And if you think about it that way, income volatility becomes a very high priority because of its connection to so many other things that matter and that we are investing resources in, but we will be less successful because the challenges that people experience in income volatility are going to take away from our ability to help them with these other goals.